I am going to present. Normally, it is always said that how often have athletes heard this comment from coaches? The game is 90% mental and 10% physical. It is okay. There is more wisdom in those words than is often realized. Meaning of these things are not realized by the coaches or the athletes. However, when if asked the coaches, what are you teaching or coaching about the mental or inner side of the game? The typical answer is, I tell them, have a positive attitude, concentrate, focus, stay in moment, be competitive, start self-talking, visualize, put your 100%, etc., etc. Then when I inquired, do you teach them how to have a positive attitude, how to concentrate, how to focus, stay in the moment, be competitive or hustle? Answer is, well, not really. It is a typical reply. Over the past few years in sports, recognizes the importance of scientific selection technique and processes. This is the first step in mental training, mind conditioning, this thing. You select athletes who are really talented for the sports. Otherwise, it will be wastage of time and money. Now, there is a scientific technical things available, which I teach is demographics multiple intelligent test, in short DMIT. It is a fingerprint scanning test and ATD angle measurement. Everything I have explained in my presentation. And second is mind and brain training, and its value has entered the sports performance throughout the world. South Korea, USA, Russia, China, Taiwan, almost all countries have, to some extent, they have started. Now, details of activities are explained in my presentation covering all these things. Normally, this presentation I try to uh, say mostly with the this thing, videos, so that the explanation will be more clearer when you see in presence of you. Now, before I start, let me explain the difference between mind and brain. Mind and brain are two terms that are understood to mean the same when used in colloquial senses. But there is really a difference between mind and brain. Mind is made of physical matter. Brain is made of physical matter, while mind is not made of physical matters. Brain is made up of cells, blood vessels, and nerves, to name a few. Mind is nothing but thought energy. That thought energy resides in the brain. Energy of thoughts activates the electrical energy or neurons of the brain. That is where the modern technique lies now. I have explained in details brainwave technique, which I propose to introduce in our sports or in our athletes. Especially, I am talking about archery. It is very important. I have explained mostly through my videos so that I talk less, you understand more. However, what I'm seeing the elite sports coaches incorporating mind, thoughts, conditioning trainer. Now the things has changed. Now it is a mind conditioning trainer or mind conditioning training. It's a modern concept on of more practical, direct approach of training your mind. This inner mind conditioning must be done every day and seen by athletes as important enough to do every day, just as coach not allow his or her athletes to miss strength training, conditioning the inner mind also becoming an integral and expected part of training by the athletes. This is all about the introduction. I'm presenting my presentation. Please listen and see and question after I finish. This is a proposal for mental conditioning academy for all athletes of India. Before I discuss the activities of this proposal, I like to give more importance of selection process. Selection process, the old process we are using for selecting physical things and all that, many other mental exercises and all that. But I want to introduce fingerprint scanning test and ATT angle test. That is, fingerprint scanning is well known that it is unique for each and every person. By this fingerprint scanning, we can predict if the selected players will have any does have any inner talents in sports. There are systems to find out if this player is suitable for sports or is suitable for other purposes. We have all multiple intelligence, around 8 to 9. Among that, one is sports talent, musical talents, dance talents, engineer, doctors talents, and all that. There are many talents. There are about 8 to 9 talents uh, through we can determine through fingerprint scanning. That I want to introduce in this proposal. The picture I have shown for understanding how the fingerprint scanning is done. All the 10 fingers of both the hands is taken the fingerprint. There is a software for that, and then software will analyze what are the talents, plus and minus points of the particular client or players. And another thing is there in fingerprint scanning that is called DMIT, is ATD angle. ATD angle measurement. There is a certain points in index finger, little finger, and between the wrist. There is an angle. There is some fingerprints has got some indication. By that measurement of angle we can say that if this boy or girl will be suitable for future players or athletes. It is being used many countries. Russia started before when Soviet Russia was there in around 1970, and other countries are using this process selection. Then we'll be dividing the age group way, 5 to 12 years basic learning level, where the mental conditioning, mental training will be there, along with technical and fitness, whatever is physical requirement will be done, basic level. Then between age group of 13 to 16 years is a creative period, and this creative period will be taken care of by more advanced mental conditioning and advance of technical on particular sports. Before above 17 years is a performing period. You have to prove from this age group, you have to prove your talent in big competitions. How to do all these things? This is what I am proposing. I am proposing all the activities very scientific. It is being accepted by all the sport countries, mostly the Olympic medal holders countries. Conducting regular mid-brain activation workshop. It is a very vital things. It it is a very scientific way of activating the subconscious mind. Whatever we do, workout, physical things, everything we do in conscious mind. The capacity of conscious mind is only 10%, and the capacity of subconscious mind is 90%. We work on 10%, we don't know how to use this 90%. I am proposing to the activities, the techniques, tools for using the part of 90% talent in our within. That will be activated. That is mostly called the pineal gland activation. And you all know the power of pineal gland, that is the subconscious mind, the power of subconscious mind. It is, if we can tap 1 or 2% more, then we can do excellent in our profession, athletes, or any other field. Then, as usual, breathing exercises will be there depending upon the conditions of the players. Guided meditation, this will be again a very important and new way of guided meditation. That means using the our senses. Mostly, we'll be using three senses: visuals, auditory, and kinesthetic. These three senses will be used as a movie form. Guided meditation is also called a movie making visualization. As if that you are in practically on the field in the competitions. And during this guided meditation, some anchoring will be done. This is the NLP technique. Some anchoring will be done. You can get back your highest performance whenever you have attended in any competition. That mindset will become active if that active this anchoring is used. It is well known in golf, football, cricket. People are using it knowingly or unknowingly. Mostly unknowingly, they use this anchoring. This will be used for archers and all Indian athletes. Use of Reiki therapy for mental conditioning. Reiki is well known. It is widely used in sports. EFT, emotional freedom technique, it is also known as tapping, is being widely used in sports. It is a well-known fact. Use of excess conscious bar for mental stability. It is a very scientific way of stabilizing, coming down, and achieving the excellence whatever you want. Mental yoga. It is very important things to activate subconscious mind. Mentally will do yoga. This is a technique is being used by all many professionals, many school children, and almost in all sports. Mental conditioning, mental yoga, binaural beats and sound therapy, or brainwave entrainment. This will be introduced in all this mental conditioning training. Sound therapy for relaxation and to increase the mental condition. There are different kinds of sound therapy for different kind of condition of mental status. To increase some mental status, there are different kinds of music that will be used. Mental conditioning programming through NLP techniques and tools, along with hypnotherapy. This is a must for all Indian athletes. It is a must. All exercises will be on with neural programming and use of hypnotherapy to reprogram the right and left brain. And there will be mental test every month for the student. This is the outline of this proposal of mental conditioning activities for our athletes, and details will be there in future slides. I have in my introduction I have talked about midbrain activation. What is midbrain activation means in sports? The midbrain connects the right and left brain, that is conscious and subconscious, acts most notably as the information superhighway connecting these two regions, left and right brain. It enables brain to integrate sensory information from our eyes, ears, and muscle movement. Sensory information we get through our five senses, but in sports we will be using only three senses, that is visual, dekhna, ears, sunna, sound, and with muscle movements, that is kinesthetic, touch, thereby enabling body to use this information to make fine adjustment to movements, which is very much required for all athletes, football, cricket, all sports. And archers must have this midbrain activation for enhancing their talent, inner talent. Now let us see what is midbrain activation.
What is midbrain activation and how does it benefit you? I'm sure you'll agree that all of us have a brain. We have both a left and right brain, and together we call this the whole brain. This is something you probably know. You might also have heard that some people use more of their left brain, which means they tend to be logical, systematic, and analytical in their thinking, while others are right-brainers, tending to be creative, emotional, and intuitive. However, one fact you might not know is that we also have a midbrain. Your midbrain is thought to act as a bridge between your left and right brain. Having an active midbrain will widen the channel of communication between the left and right brain, so that the left and right brain can communicate more effectively and efficiently with each other, leading to a more balanced use of our whole brain. And what does this more balanced use lead to? Typically, better memory, focus, creativity, and motor skills, more self-confidence, greater emotion control, and supersensory perception. Your midbrain is typically dormant after the age of about 6. So how do we reactivate the midbrain? There are many ways to do so. However, we believe the most effective method is through a special set of sound waves. When you join our supersensory development workshop, your dormant midbrain will be reactivated, and you can expect dramatic results in your life. Jason Lim, father of 10-year-old Kuan Rong, says that his son used to be very bad-tempered and was totally not interested in his studies. After the supersensory development workshop, his son has completely changed and is like another person. He can now even do things that the other students cannot. Another amazing phenomenon that occurs once the midbrain is activated is the ability to sense the environment without using your eyes. The other senses, namely hearing, touch, smell, and taste, are heightened to the extent that, without using sight, you may still be able to read, a phenomenon called blindfold reading.
So this midbrain activation will activate all the senses: visual, देखना, ear, सुनना, sound, smell, taste, and kinesthetic, touch, feeling. All these things will be activated, and if those five senses are activated, you can do many things blindfolded. Even you can play cricket, as is shown Virat Kohli. Let us see what Virat Kohli is doing with midbrain activation.
अंधेरे में चैलेंज
Your turn, buddy. Let's see how good you are. चलो देखते हैं क्या होता है. Hey, keep it on, keep it on. अंधेरे में दूसरा ट्राई करते हैं ना.
See, blindfolded means that the midbrain has been activated, and we know our Virat Kohli is run-making machine. It's a top in the world. Now let us hear from Kevin Peterson. He is also one of the best cricketer in the world.
I'm Kevin Peterson, and this is Blindfold Cricket. Right, let's get going. Can I hear one first, please?
No. You're never hitting that.
Wow. All right. I'll be all right.
See, automatic bowling machine
Right, I'm
is
ready when you
bowling to Peterson.
Coming up.
See how these people practice. They learn something, they practice
Right,
those
crank it up.
things,
Yeah, crank it up.
and
Massively.
fine-tune
Coming up.
all the mental activities.
Oh! He's gonna prove us wrong here.
Virat Kohli,
Crank it up
Kevin
as fast as you want,
Peterson,
buddy.
and we know the video has come out for these two, but others are also doing this thing:
Never hearing the
cricket, football, archery. Many countries are doing, but they don't come out what they are doing.
There we go. That's it. You've got to be joking. Oh! That's gonna cost you. Right, coming up.
See the activities, alertness, concentration. Now we have seen Virat Kohli, Kevin Peterson doing this blindfolded batting, means their midbrain has been activated. And we have seen what is midbrain activation, and we have discussed what is midbrain. Now let us see what are the workshop I am talking about. This is a clip, and everything is in workshop. Nobody will show, but this is a clip of workshop. It is showing all the things, but very short. You won't understand what they are doing. It is important all the activities and the brain wave music. Music is very important, as I discussed. Binaural, binaural music, that is a beats wave, that the video has come out leaked. That is South Korean archers they do, and we know all about archery position in of South Korea. Now let us see what is the midbrain activation workshop means. Sound is very important sound. This activates the midbrain. There are many this type of sound. They are using one type. I use one other type. Different types of music are there for specific purposes. Brainwave entrainment is very important for better performance. Take out the inner talent. See, their senses are being activated. They can they can see without with blindfolded. They can hear, smell. They can find out through all the senses with blindfolded. When they can do blindfolded, it is an indication that their midbrain has been activated. It requires practice, workshop is done regularly, at least 2 workshops every month. See, they are showing now, showing their capacity. This is all about midbrain activation. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope that Indian sports will definitely, as soon as possible, they'll start implementing all these what I am trying to propose for all athletes of India. Now, as usual, I am making a summary of proposal for mental conditioning of Indian athletes. In that, I have used 3 slides. In that, small introduction of importance of mental conditioning in sports, summarized activities of mental conditioning of athletes. Presentation is ready for all, like brainwave entrainment, what I talked, what is binaural wave and benefits in sports, what is guided meditation, techniques, benefits of sports NLP and now as usual I am making a summary of proposal for mental conditioning of Indian athletes. In that I have used 3 slides. In that small introduction of importance of mental conditioning in sports, summarized activities of mental conditioning of athletes. Presentation is ready for all, like brainwave entrainment, what I talked, what is binaural wave and benefits in sports, what is guided meditation, techniques, benefits of sports NLP and sports hypnotherapy, mental yoga and its demo, specific breathing, special tapping for instant result, discussed about Reiki, EFT, access bar for athletes. Thank you so much for listening. And my introduction, my name, all are shown in my introduction slide. You may note down and contact me. Thank you all. Jai Hind.